Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, apparently I got crud in my throat. Yo, sup, Dingus Mortimus. Funny thing, or I found something funny about the ads. Just mute the ad, pop out the smaller stream in the right corner, unmute small stream, just keep watching. Interesting. Didn't realize that was a thing. I'll have to try it out sometime. Let's show my face, I guess. Let's see. Full camera. There we go. I need to rename some of these. Hello, hail and well met. An ad is ongoing right now. I can still watch you. Interesting. Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Toot? My Tootian friend. Toot D. Toot dimensional. Yo, I'm back. It's been, I mean, we only missed really 2 streams, but it feels like I've been gone for a long time. Partly because I've been in a bit of a mood. But yeah, it's good to be back. As you all know, I have been stressed out. And that is all over. So that's cool. We kind of got to figure out some stuff. Figure out what we're doing. I'll say it in short because I don't necessarily think it's the best to like just talk about too much. Especially because like there's like no one here right now. It's just 2 people, so it's like if I go through this whole story, it's like who cares? But also it's probably just not the best to talk about anyway. I had to evict my roommate, more or less. It didn't end up coming to like legal procedure, but it was very stressful. And yeah, that is why I've been stressed. So for a few reasons, right? One was just like the money issue, right? Like obviously I have money coming in from that. And then also just he broke some boundaries that again I won't get into, but he's gone now. And so it's being stressful on multiple levels. Yeah, I mean, he, like I said, he you know, wasn't paying. He couldn't pay, really. He lost his job, which is like I don't blame him for, right? But that led him to get like kind of desperate, and he started sort of, you know, taking things and you know, like going into my room without asking and stuff like that, and that was not okay. Luckily it ended on like a, you know, a somewhat positive note, but yeah, wasn't comfortable. Yo, DDP, Runner Bean. What the heck?
Runner Bean 36 just subscribed.
Oh, dude,
6 months.
you're the first one with the next. Oh wait, no, because you have the founder thing, so you don't actually get the cool beetle. Well, otherwise you would. Anyway. Bean is here. DDP is here. Yo. But yeah, because of that, I'm going to the founder and a cool beetle. I thought there was a way to do that. I really thought you could change your, if you like right click on your name or whatever and edit your badges. I thought you could do that, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there's not a way to do that. I thought we talked about this already, but anyway, you will take your founder icon and you like it. Yo, he has returned. I'm back. I just kind of was going over why, I was gone. Yo, Tebow, look, everyone's here. Everyone's piling on in. Again, I'm not going to get too much into it because I think it's kind of just bad form a little bit, even though it might be therapeutic. Is the sirens too loud? Is like my window being open bad? If it is, let me know. I've got my window open because the cat likes it. So, and it's a nice day. But you didn't ping? Did I not? I thought I did. Oh, I didn't do the at. You're right. I'm dumb. On at new notifications. There we go. Thank you. I'm the worst. Like I haven't streamed in 2 streams. Hello, dudes. Hello, snarls and dingus. There you go. But yeah. In short, see, some of us were dedicated and we're here whether it pinged or not. Dingus the Dedicated is what they call him. Anyway. Yo, Fig's here too. Wow, look at all these people. Oh my god, hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you, thank you. All the homies are here. It's true. Thank you. Thank you for all for being here. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go over what I've already gone over, but again, not gonna talk too much about it. I could, I don't know. I'm unsure. Probably not the best to talk about too much, but the reason I've been stressed lately and having a hard time getting stuff done, and why I wasn't here Monday, Friday I was sick, so that's actually true, but I was basically having to evict my roommate. It didn't really quite come to like legal procedure, which was good. We kind of settled things and it ended up being all right, but we sent him to the Shadow Realm, yes. Look at all your loved ones coming out of the woodworks. I know, right? Dang, yeah. So he lost his job and basically couldn't pay, which was, you know, one of the things. I think he got a little bit like desperate after that, and maybe I wasn't like as lenient as I should be, but he was also sort of, you know, breaking some boundaries, and like, you know, taking some stuff from me, like some food and some money and random other things. And I just couldn't have that. So it was very stressful. It ended on a good note. We kind of talked, and you know, he left, but best to the curb. Yeah, so it ended up being an uncomfortable situation, but he didn't use your deodorant or something crazy like that. There you go. Well, now you know. I don't know you personally, but I do remember how you handled spamming guys, and you give a lot of second chances. Yeah, that's just me. But I mean, it's not your job to be lean as nice. It's a nice thing you can choose to do. True. Yeah. Weirdly specific too. It's because it's because it is weirdly, yeah, it is weirdly specific. I wonder why. Agreed. Boundaries are broken. Broken boundaries is boundary broken. No exceptions. Yeah. And there was like lying and stuff like that, and that was like the biggest thing. But yeah, it's perfectly natural or neutral action to evict someone. Yeah, for sure. Obviously, there's like a lot of emotions in there, right? Like evicting someone, but in the end, it's kind of like a business decision, you know? In a way, it's like, okay, you know, this is my business or a business. So yeah, general consensus, you did the right thing. Yeah. So yeah, it was stressful. It's over now. I've got the house back. It does mean either A, I have to get another roommate, which I'm kind of like little gun shy about right now, you know? Like I don't really 100% feel like I want a roommate. I want to find like the right person, right? If I do. Volunteers tribute. All right, Bean, get on over here. Come to America. Cause yeah, I need the money, but can you imagine that would be pretty crazy? I moved from the Netherlands. You'd hate my guts. I don't know, Bean. I think you're pretty cool. A move. Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay, you twisted my arm. I'll move. But yeah. So that was a thing. I'm feeling a lot better already. I'm definitely still like it was very overwhelming, and I'm still maybe a little bit emotional about it, honestly. Still getting all that like anxiety out. But I'm feeling a lot better. It does mean if I can't get a roommate in a quick manner, I probably will have to take on some more work, and I probably really have to do that anyway. Lots of hugs you. Thank you. I need it. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like, you know, I was like happy today, you know? So, yeah, it's a big relief. But yeah, I will probably have to take on more work, which might mean less, even less content for me. I don't think it's going to change the streams, but it could change, like, it won't change the number of streams, but it could change the stream times potentially. Because I have to do, real work that makes money. I can't imagine the huge weight has been lifted from your soul. Yeah, 100%. I'll do my best to get some work your way. Yeah, Toot has been helping get me some work, which is cool. We're doing some work together. I've been making him a thing. He's a BRB. I might ask if I can show it. I think he said it would be fine if I showed any of the stuff on stream, but I will ask. Toot's a freaking hero as usual. Yeah, well, our you can show anything you like. Okay, here. This is what we've been working on. He has a company that does like website stuff. And he does like graphic design stuff. I think you've seen this character before, but I'm doing an animation for it. It's this little French fry guy. And this is what we've been working on. Can we loop this? What is a loop? This is, oh wait, you guys can't even see. I'm like, yeah, what do you guys think? It's like, no, you can't actually see it. There we go. Just staring at my face. Yeah, made this little guy. Anything? Yeah. I can show anything I want within TOS. So yeah, this is his little logo mascot thing, and we're there's still maybe a smidge of work left to do, but that's him. I've got, thank you. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's turned out pretty nice. And honestly, it's kind of crazy that I can like animate now. It is never really a thing that I did. But like doing all the motion graphic stuff, I've kind of gotten to a point where it's like, it's good, right? It's kind of interesting. Nailby is a talented animator. Thank you. Multi-talented bean. Beyond my skill level to critique, I cannot see anything improvable. Yeah, we kind of just added like the little like glint on the monocle / little nose twitch thing. So I don't know if we have any more work to do on that, but I've got like, 15 more minutes of work in my contract that we that we did, but I might be doing more of this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, this is for his business. So yeah, thank you. It's so we'll do more of that. I've got some other stuff potentially lined up as well, which is good. It'd be cool to do more editing for other streamers and stuff like that. So that's probably what I'll be doing. I'm going to be reaching out to people and trying to figure out more work to do. Which again will take time away from my own YouTube stuff. But at this point, we're kind of like at the point where I'm like, I've been just doing my own stuff and not really making my own money, or like making more money and just kind of blowing my my savings. So the goal is to kind of like be able to do that kind of stuff. So we will have a smidge less for me. I don't know if that's going to change the streams really. Like I said, it could change the stream times maybe. But not necessarily the number of streams. I think if I miss streams because of working on stuff, 9 to 5 Friday 9 to 5. Perfect. There you go. I was tempted to do a longer stream today. Streamboo denied. I was tempted to do a longer stream today, but I've got stuff after stream, so I probably won't be super long. Got some family stuff. But maybe we could do a long stream Friday. I don't know if that's going to be the normal thing, but maybe we'll do an extra stream to make up for being gone, because I want to. Let me sit up. There we go. But yeah, today I was just joshing. I like having your stream while I'm at work. No, for sure. I'm also just thinking it'd be fun to do a longer one. I was tempted to do a longer one today, but and yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure about changing stream times. I think we were talking about it in the Discord, and I said the results are very inconclusive. Maximus did bring up a good point that they're kind of conclusive in a way. But this is how the poll turned out. Oh, wait, I keep doing this. This is how the poll turned out. As you might see, it's an even tie. Oh, Luna is not there. She's way over yonder. Sorry, the Luna cam is not doing us any good. Yeah, no, that's nothing. What's your conclusion? Wait, I didn't vote. Wow, a very decisive audience. So, I mean, yeah, Grot changed his vote to like Wednesday. I guess Bean didn't vote. But Maximus was saying that you're too late. Sorry, I had to get an evil laugh out there. Yeah. So what he was saying is that, it's kind of conclusive that maybe we should just keep doing what we're doing, but I don't know. Yeah, you read that perfectly. That was actually kind of good. My evil laugh is pretty good. I'm a fan of my evil laugh. That's the other thing. Speaking of voice acting, I think I might be trying to go to like a local D&D drop-in sort of group thing. Because one thing I've realized is like, I'm like, if I want a roommate, I want it to be someone that I like get along with and like am like friends with, right? And it'd be cool to like meet more people around me, because most of my friends are not here. They're like just around the country. So I think I need to get out more. Despite the social anxiety. So Yeah. So I'll probably be doing that. That's Wednesdays, so it's like kind of maybe well, it doesn't conflict with streams, but it might mean I need to leave stream earlier. But you're basically friend hunting in order to get a tenant, sort of. I think like if I find a friend and then that friend can you know, either be a roommate or know people, you know, personally, that's kind of like what I would hope for. Sounds terrible, Frederick. Fair, same, honestly. Yeah. Except for the roommate part. Of course you did. But yeah, so I think that would be a cool, like a better way to do that. And honestly, even if it doesn't lead to like a roommate, it's like, okay, well, friends still, you know? So it's kind of a win-win no matter what. I mean, for some reason my YouTube comments ain't showing up. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. What the heck and heck? Oh, no, that's on me. That's on me. Thank you for letting me know, though. That should work. Am I feeling better? Yes, I am feeling better. Both sick-wise and I've kind of mentioned it already, but the reason I was stressed was that I had to evict my roommate. So... Oh, YouTube live comments. Yeah, YouTube and what's it called? And I dual stream, so yeah, you do that, right? You know that? I'm lost. Either way, I do both. No, man. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, Yeah. One thing that is nice, or hopefully anyone on the YouTube side, if you are there, I thought I missed a video. No. That's a work in progress. That is something we're actually going to talk a little bit about today. Just a smidge. I'm working on, let's just show it. Oh, for some reason my search functionality on Windows is just not working. Where's Premiere? You get to see all my programs. I'm doing the how to play video for Armies Against Entropy. Discord, look at that. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing the how to play video. However, it's been taking a while because I've been both working more and also again been stressed out. So that hasn't helped. But first of the old gods, we've got setting the game's different by some cards. Opinions are weak cards played by. This is my animation budget. I'm spending it on these shots. Link still works. Beautiful. Gonna sound like conspiracy theory, but Windows specifically gives you wrong/missing results on the search thing. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised. Mine just isn't searching at all currently. I don't think I'll stick around more than an hour or two as I'm very tired with the whole schedule thing. Yeah, sorry, that kind of sucks, but hopefully that gets better, or you get more used to it at least, right? At least my cat is getting rest for the both of us. Classic, right? Same with Luna. She's over there somewhere. She's a little, you can kind of see her. She's right next to the blanket. She's like a little poof. But yeah, I'm still working on it. There's a lot to do. All of this is like done, and then everything that doesn't have something over it is not done, which means there's still like more than half to do. But actually the red stuff here isn't done either, so it's like there's a lot to do. Hopefully I can get kind of more done with it coming up here. But Um, yeah. So one of the things I did want to talk about and get your guys' opinion on, I'm gonna have my little guy, like my little mini me. I'm gonna have him talking over some of this stuff, like, you know, a normal one of my videos. But I was curious as to your thoughts whether I should leave him, you know, how he looks normally, or for reference, yes, the little baby, this guy, or, you know, with a hat now. I kind of been doing that lately, right? I've been having his little hat. Option 1, leave him how he is, do it like this. Option 2, because this is solely an armies against entropy video, and this is something like I would send to people on how to play, do I make a armies against entropy themed costume? Because we've got different costumes for different stuff. We got a sci-fi one, we've got a western one for Blight of Blackridge, we've got an explorer one for a certain video. We got a weird front view. Yes, 100% yes. Okay. I think I agree as well. Like, even if it's honestly just like taking the warrior and giving myself like a helmet or whatever, I think that would work. But yeah, so that might be one thing we do on stream today is that, if we agree. My Chrome freaking crashed, dang. I haven't changed during the video. Yeah, I was thinking that, like, at the beginning he like swaps. And the nice part is I did make like a thing that lets you, like, I can swap out the stuff really easily. So whole changing room scene. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've got like a little bit in the beginning here, you know, that we can kind of play with. That's just like blank. So, and we'll probably do like a short, what is this? 30-second, like, maybe we'll do some sort of I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be like an animated short. I kind of want to do like that, like the sort of thing where we just have a bunch of like animated cards and do like, this is the blah blah blah. I didn't have any words. This is armies against entropy. Fight the old gods, you know, whatever kind of thing, like the bridge building bit. Yeah. Just randomly throughout it. Yeah. Song check. It is Desert Neon Raceway. It'd be cool to have him ask typical questions players might have throughout the playtest. Yeah, for sure. I think we're already like, this is just talking through the rule book, and we're at like 16 minutes. So maybe we could have like a how to play or like a Q&A maybe thing, but I don't want it to be much longer than this. I might even cut some of this out too. So, we'll have to see. And this doesn't even have like a this is just talking about the rulebook. So how did I not recognize that? You like that one? Yeah. It was the quiet bit, I suppose. But yeah, he's just going to be in there. I'm not going to show my face in this one, I don't think. I just kind of want it to be very like themed in armies against entropy sort of style. But yeah, so I'll probably we'll do stuff like that. I do want to have I've got a bunch of ideas, but we're gonna see how this goes. I honestly don't expect this video to necessarily perform well. I have the feeling it's gonna get like 200 views and then just die, if that, because no one knows what this is, but it's kind of a necessary video to make. And it's not like I can't reuse all these things for future videos and stuff like that. Like, this is all super usable, you know, assets. I posted this on the Discord, but, you know, that kind of thing. I'll watch it. Yeah, no, I mean, for sure everyone who's like here will watch it, and like I can put this toward like people like the HTCG community and like stuff like that, like, and get people to look at it, and it's probably a good good way to do that. It's necessary, but I don't necessarily think it's going to pop off, but as Anonymous says. No, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it will. Who knows? But I just, even though I'll know the rules, true. Honestly, I've tried to do a good job animating it nicely, so you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a lot of work, and who knows how long it's gonna take. But okay, then if we're in agreement, we might do a little you know, fantasy style beats character. You know, something, you know, in that sort of armies against entropy themed. So that's one thing we got to do today. The other thing, I was thinking about adding a few redeems. Let's make a list real quick. This, I just want to make sure this isn't like my house address on here. Okay. So today we're going to fantasy beats. We want a fantasy beats redeems. Is that right? I don't know. There's a few ones that people have been requesting. One is actually only one that's been requested, which is Toots wants a new layer, or not new layer, layer check. So like when I'm like working in Photoshop, you guys can annoy me about going on the wrong layer. I think this might double as like save project. Might be both. Just two redeems in one. The other one I think would be fun for me, especially getting in shape, is like a push-up redeem. Maybe sit up. I don't know if that one's fun for you, but you know, you guys like drowning me, so making me like whatever would be you know, another thing. I wanted to say there was one other thing that wasn't armies against entropy related. I would like to do, like, try to figure out what I can do to make the stream more popular. Like, what can I do to grow the stream? But, which is probably just, like, make more videos about the stream, but I think the push-up one will be regretted immediately. Collabs, yeah, I agree. I think I would definitely be on a cooldown, but I do need to I need to get my arms strong again. I'm walking enough, but I haven't done doing like enough upper body. So I also, one silver lining of all the stress that I've been going through is I lost like 5 pounds. So I want to keep that you know, keep that going. I do want to do collabs is actually huge. I mean, I would love to like plan for collabs. We've talked about this idea like 20 times, but I want to do like a like we have people on to like work on a new game. I've talked about this before. I literally have it somewhere over here. You know, it's probably, let me do this off screen because I don't want to. We got like a lot of legal documents on here because I was, you know, stuff. Again, I've talked about this before, but I don't have a name for it yet. But the idea is basically each stream features a guest creator. an artist, creator, whatever, anything really, and co-develop a board game with me. Essentially, we start with a blank slate at the beginning. The guests can add rules, mechanics, icons, pieces, art, cards, whatever the heck they want. Both communities will be allowed to contribute as well. So, like, if you guys during it want to submit any of those things, you can. At the end of the stream, I will take the project to the next collaborator. So, like, whoever that person will be, and then this continues basically until the project is done enough. It still might be like a hot mess, but I think it would be a fun experiment to do. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Also, just doing play tests with people. I'm kind of like unsure. I think a lot of people would like to just like, it would be cool with just coming on and doing play tests, which I probably should do more. However, I think one of the things I really want to do is make a. I want the how to play video to be done, and I want a short version of it that's like a minute long. So when people come in, they're like, they don't have to be like, what am I even watching, right? Because that's one of the problems with board games is like if you're watching some people play a board game, it's a lot less. There's a word for it. There's not enough. God, what is the word? I always forget it. Never remember it. Affordance, which basically means you look at it and it's super intuitive, right? You don't like look at a board game and go, I know exactly how to play this when you look at it, right? Yeah, for if you want. Yeah, I mean, like, I still have to figure out. I'm using TTS chat, not using a mic though. I think, like, yeah, I mean, I definitely could do that. I definitely could have people doing that, and I could do. I think again, I've stated this a few times. I'm unsure how I feel about viewers playing. I try to be careful about that. I do. I prefer not to dox myself. That's fair. Like other streamers, I'm more comfortable with. Not that I think, like, I've talked to you now, right? And I don't think you would, you know, just go on and start saying racist things or whatever, you know, right? Like, that's kind of the thing to be worried about is, like, you go on with some random, you know, viewer and they start, you know, saying stuff. Granted, I know you guys have been here a lot. I don't think you would do that. But there is like a level of, like, carefulness I have to do. Maybe video the offline playtest. That's a good idea. Yeah. You've mentioned that before, actually. That's a good idea. I just, you know, I feel like the bandwidth isn't there, right? I feel like I need to make more time doing lower effort videos, which is like, I don't know, it's hard for me. But yeah, I mean, anonymous streams, like, we know he has a streaming presence, so like that kind of thing. I'd be more comfortable with, right? If that makes sense. But nothing against anyone, of course, right? Like, it's just trying to be careful to, you know, invite randos on. But yeah, I want to come up with a thing for this pitch and actually start sending it to people, but I'll have to look it over one more time. But yeah, and then I also, yeah, would love to have more my nose is like really itchy right now for some reason. I like cat hair. Wait, Donma streams? Yeah, he does. It's, only on Twitch, not on YouTube, but I'm down to do an offline playtest for a video or something. Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely. I think it's just his same channel name as his name on Twitch, right? I want to go support him. Yeah, do it. His art's freaking sick. And he draws absurdly fast. I meant to actually throw, I think he was streaming earlier, but I'm meaning to throw it into the Discord, but you know, here we are. Anyway, I knew we were kind of gonna yap for like the first section of this of today, but and just yeah, AAE playtest. I mean, Armies Against Entropy playtest are pretty easy setup. We could also do Blight of Blackridge playtest, but those are also harder because we need more people, right? I'll follow you as well. Yeah, here, hold on, let me do Adonimos 91. There you go. Oh yeah. There you go, Donimus. Have some follows. Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. So yeah, and then I guess the rest of today, if we have time, some AE art. I don't know if these sound fun to you guys. Oh, I think, you know, I'm still unsure, but we did talk about like a really expensive redeem or doing like Armies Against Entropy card sort of like suggestions, but those two I'm unsure about still, but appreciate it's still new, but don't expect much. I mean, you don't have like a ton like of like cool overlays and like that kind of stuff, but your art is very good, so it's worth watching for that at the very least. So I think you're I think you're fine. There's definitely different streams for different people and that kind of stuff, you know. So I think they would still appreciate it. I think my biggest critique about your stream, Anonymous, is that you should get a new mic. That's my only critique. Also, like, if you want help, like, doing any, like, the balancing of, like, audio and stuff like that, that might be helpful, too, because, I think sometimes it's, like, it seems a little quiet or, like, quieter than, like, my other applications and stuff, but... Dude, if you lived in the US, I'd just send you my old Blue Yeti, but... I'm sure it would be cost prohibitive to send it over overseas. Anyway, here we are. I'm glad your computer's working again though, so now you can stream, you know. Okay, let's actually do some work. I've been yapping here for a good bit. I think I needed to. It was nice just chatting with you guys there for a minute. All right, what do you guys want to do first? Do you want to make some like quick art for these redeems, or do we want to or do we want to draw a fantasy beats? Fantasy beats. I'm trying to like look at some of the stuff. I'm kind of wondering if we just do like I may or may not be drawing my own version of beats. Heck yeah. I should like give you guys the, well, did I? I'm trying to think if that makes sense. I was gonna say, you've got it right. You got it right, Grot. I was like thinking like I could send you guys the template for my little characters. I feel like then I need to send you the brushes as well. which I can't remember if I paid for or not. One of them I made, which is on my Patreon, which I don't know if I've updated. I don't know. Let's see. It's not like anyone really subscribes to my Patreon anyway. I'm wondering if I just do a helmet like this on my character and then just kind of give him armor. I guess let's just do this because it's the easiest to jump into. And then we'll do the redeems after if we feel so inclined. Anyway, I don't use Patreon, but I also didn't know you had one. Yeah, I probably don't promote it enough. The biggest thing Patreon has, has two things. One is like a lot of art assets that, like a lot of the icons I had for Soul and stuff like that. Some like vector stuff. And then the biggest thing is it has a beta version of Armies Against Entropy. So if you wanted to play the, you know, with the new cards that we've been making on stream lately, that's the way to do it. So I really should promote it more, but I try not to promote too many things per video. It'll probably promote it in my next video, but yeah, that is the thing. Let's put in my thing here. Woo-doo. Okay. Let's just I guess let's just duplicate one of the Control J, I think is duplicate. Okay, we want beats. We want to rename. I think I've got, like, what do you guys think? Like, I feel like fantasy, like, I should just go, like, a knight, right? Like, I shouldn't do anything, like, too crazy. Like, I could make myself, like, a wizard or something, but I feel like Armies Against Entropy would be more fitting as just, like, kind of go with the fighter sort of look, or maybe, like... Wee woo, wee woo. It'll be my knight in shining armor. Aw. Or alternatively, like, I was about to say the paladin. I actually don't have, like, the paladin is just a recolor of the knight from Soul, because I made a bunch of sci-fi versions. That'd actually be kind of cool to make like sci-fi whatever. Like we could make some sci-fi Armies Against Entropy cards, which would be kind of funny. One day, that's scope creep. But yeah. Somewhere between the knight's armor and the whatever. I think I kind of like the helmet because it's very you know, generic, but turn hat into wizard hat and hoodie into robe, keeping the same colors. Could. I just feel like this wizard. What do we? I'm trying to decide if I want to do knight or wizard. I mean, we're getting rid of the hat, regardless. What do you guys think? Do we think I'm more of a knight or a wizard? I play a lot more mage classes, but you know. Also, I guess like for an explanation video, wizard might make more sense, but I'm not sure. Like Armies Against Entropy makes me think, like when you think armies, I feel like a knight seems more appropriate. You know? Both. Battle mage. His head's actually smaller than mine. Let's start with a knight and see how we feel about it. I will say, I guess one of the problems with a knight's helmet is that it doesn't allow for my mouth to work as much. Magic Knight. The question is that just more confusing? You know what I mean? I'm drawing on the wrong layer. This is why we need the layer check redeem. Doesn't really matter though. This is just the sketch. We're just on the sketch layer. Hey man, you could have voted on doing it 2 seconds ago. But you didn't say nothing. This is on you, really. Work. Who works these days, you know? In this economy, you know? Yeah, so I think the problem with the knight's helmet is that wearing it does mean you won't be able to see my mouth movements as well. I could hide it. I could put the mouth behind here, right? But that gets kind of confusing. The other option is I just make a helmet and then I just hold it in my hands, right? Like he kind of just, you know, does one of these. You know? With less cheek guards. That's also a possibility too, right? Could be more open. Or it could just be like one of the ones with that kind of look, maybe. Probably actually, yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of close to the ad, I believe. I don't mind that. I don't think. And then we could do some sort of armor, right? We can have shoulder pads. I am definitely open to suggestions, but I just want it to be recognizable. Like we could do like, you know, like a spell blade sort of knight or whatever, right? Like we could do both. You know, mage and knight, but I think the problem with that is like we want kind of like instant readability and going like this is like this weird like combined thing that makes it kind of like not as easily recognizable as like what I'm dressed up as, you know what I mean? This is almost like a costume. Like if you dress up as something that no one recognizes, then it's like, yeah, what are you really? Like we're kind of copying the Human Fighter, but maybe make it a little bit more intricate as we can. And probably do like Beats kind of colors. I could see having like a cloak kind of hood here. That's probably as, you know, mage-ish as I would go. Like a cloak over, like kind of like a cloak scarf sort of thing over the armor. I think that would be kind of cool. I should have asked this as I got back, and I meant to say it like 3 times now, and I keep forgetting. How is everyone doing? What are you guys up to? I haven't been here, but I didn't ask you guys what you guys were doing. And that's rude of me. I wanna hear about your days. Tell me what you're up to. It was very selfish of me. I'm sorry. I'm fine. With extra eyes. Fine. Wonder if it's getting to be allergy season. Like, doesn't help I have the window open, but just look up some nights. Right now I'm attempting to draw a version of a little cartoon beats based on my profile picture. You're doing like, that's Don't Starve, right? Is that what that is? It looks like Don't Starve, like the Don't Starve spiders. Yes, nice. Heck yeah. Are you making a version of your character, like the Don't Starve spider, as in my style, or are you drawing me looking like, check this stream chat? Oh, okay. It's already a work in progress. Ah, there we go. Oh, well. Beautiful. It's me. It's me in Tebow style. Although you can't see the legs because it's the dark background, but I love it. It's beautiful. That is something I do want to do. I want to have like a fan art wall, like probably over here. Sorry, that's really loud. Not that, it wouldn't necessarily just have to be art of me, right? Or like of stuff that is mine, but I think it would be cool to have art that you guys made and put it on the wall. Not necessarily like it doesn't have to be of me, if that makes sense, because I'm not that vain. We want like, I'm just looking at some like knight's armor. We could kind of go like the just looking at some of these. I always liked paladin armor, but like of course like it's actually like a cross, right? I don't know. I'm not particularly a religious person. But also don't have to get into that. Currently drawing as my own little dude, but inspired by Weber from Don't Starve, but it kind of became its own little thing. There you go. Like, yeah. I don't know, to be like a tailcoat sort of situation. I don't know what I'm drawing here, but I'm just drawing lines and seeing if something works. I always worry about drawing capes with animating because it's kind of annoying. Especially if I have to like animate the legs, it gets kind of weird. But maybe we'll do it. Oops. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing, like I said, I've been thinking about doing some drop-in D&D stuff. I think it'd be cool. What's your guys' favorite D&D class? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know from you. Actually, that is my wish to know. Always barbarian. Interesting. That seems kind of toots coded. See, like I've never originally liked the sort of just like melee classes. I always like the mage ones because I feel like they're more interesting. But I think as I'm playing, like damn it. Mostly playing like Baldur's Gate, it makes me want to. I kind of like the sort of fighting classes better in a way. I think it's interesting. I don't know, but I really do like all the magic classes more. I think Warlock is probably my favorite, even though I haven't played too much of it. This is what I currently have. Image and stream chat. Okay, let's see it. I like it. On. That's cute. I love that. Yes. That's cute as heck. I like that. I like it. You're doing good. Good work. Heck yeah. The fun of melee class, but it's more about the antics. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, like the whole just being a barbarian and being crazy. I get that. Yeah, I think Warlock's so far probably my favorite, but I'm not entirely positive. I haven't played enough actual D&D to like be like, yeah, that's my favorite class for sure. Because I'm usually DMing, so I don't exactly get to play as much. So I've been thinking about that. One of the things I came up with last night is that I always found it interesting that the Find Familiar spell, one of the interesting things a familiar can do, this isn't only in D&D and not in Baldur's Gate, unfortunately, is that they can cast touch spells at a distance It's like 120 feet from your familiar. So if you have like Shocking Grasp and you fly your familiar onto someone's head and then you cast Shocking Grasp, you can zap the person from your familiar, even though it's a touch level spell, or touch distance spell. And I looked into that, and of course, you know, obviously people are utilizing that, but I think it's kind of a fun gimmick to build around. At first I was thinking like a wizard to go with it, but the cleric was actually a fun option because you can do healing that way too. So you could do healing touch, but from your familiar, you basically gain distance. And all you have to do is really spec into what's the thing called? Magic Adept with a what's it called? Trait? No, what are they called? Perks? Talent? What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Feet, thank you. I'm like, why am I blanking so hard on this? So yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. I like, obviously, like, you could it's not like the most crazy thing because it's like an intended mechanic of the game, but not something you really see utilized too much, I don't think. So I thought it'd be fun to like build a character around that. So I kind of started doing that yesterday. That's fun, I think. Play a little bit of Cyberpunk Red while back, but that's mostly it. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game for sure. I would definitely recommend playing D&D. Obviously, it's a harder game to get into because you need such a group to play it, but it's a good game. What can I say? Oh, we definitely missed the ad. Damn it. Why do I always do that? Why do you guys not tell me? Blame you. The scarf isn't looking right, but Dream Deck timer. I just forget to hit it. We'll hit it right now. It doesn't automatically do it is the problem. There's probably a bot, and I should just get the bot. But here we are. Actually, honestly, that's like the next thing I need to do is just like focus on finding bots to use, both for Discord and for streaming. I am gonna take a break though, because it makes me so I can actually be a good streamer. And we'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. I will be back in 3 minutes. Let me just walk around for a second. Be right back. Have you ever been playing a game, maybe with a friend or on your own, excited to dive into the combat or interesting mechanics, when you run into a character whose dialogue just seems to last forever? And even if the story seems interesting, you can't help but mash the skip button. Or maybe you played a game where the story is sprinkled subtly throughout, tucked away in books and item descriptions, painstakingly written by the developers. And despite all that depth, you couldn't be bothered to read any of it. As a game designer, I've been thinking a lot about story in my own games. Granted, I design board games, so generally my story ends up being a 2-sentence blurb at the top of the rulebook or a handful of lines on a card. But it makes you ask, who's actually reading this? Who's it actually for? And I'm not so dumb to think that nobody reads it or it's never enjoyable, but it does bring up the question, do games need story? If I left it all out, if I ignored the flavor text on a card, would anyone even care? Now I bet you're thinking the answer to that question is it depends. It depends if the story is good. It depends on what kind of game it's in. Maybe it even depends on your mood that day. And honestly, you'd be right. As skippable as some stories are, some capture our hearts. They evoke emotion, they make us laugh, smile, and even cry. The characters, the bits of lore, the trials and adventures, we carry those with us. They're a gift, a treasure we keep forever. These stories can matter to us so much. So why is it sometimes they just get in the way? Today I want to dive into this topic and try to understand, do games really need a story? Do they need characters and lore? Do they even need a theme? So join me today as we explore the question, do games need story? First and foremost, let's talk about what story is. I know it's a bit cliche to start by reading off the definition of a story, but as I began my research on this topic, I quickly realized it's kind of hard to actually define. Most definitions will tell you something like an account of imaginary or real people told for entertainment, or simply an account of incidents or events. But if you look at this from a writer's perspective, you'll get a better idea of what a story is made of. Most important of which is that a story needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. And while that might not be a textbook definition, it's a structure that dates back to Aristotle in 300 BC and is still used today. So I would say it's as important as any definition. Here's the thing, that definition doesn't quite sit right with me when it comes to games. Because unlike a movie or a book that unfolds linearly, even if the story jumps around, a game can be told whichever way it wants. A game's entire story can be told through item descriptions or even the environment itself. And while it might not be told to you, it's still there. Let's take Minecraft for example. On the surface, there is no story. It's completely non-linear and you can go wherever you want. There's no dialogue, no lore-filled text. We're barely even really given a theme. I mean, what is it, like fantasy, post-apocalyptic, steampunk? Yeah, I don't know. But I think it would be unfair to say that Minecraft doesn't have a story. It's just told visually, not with words. The details are never stated outright. They're shown to us and left to our interpretation. You never learn who the zombies once were. You never know who built the strongholds. You never know who left a portal half buried in the sand. Minecraft's story isn't spoken. It's left behind for you to uncover. But does that story have a beginning, a middle, and an end? Arguably no. Instead, it's made up of what are called narrative fragments. Yeah, these are building blocks that comprise a story. Bits of lore or visuals that aren't a story on their own that suggest a greater narrative. His influence is dark, but I do not blame you for your curiosity.
I thought I didn't unmute myself for a second there. Maybe what we do instead of all this. Yeah. I don't know if we should use a texture brush. I really like the texture brush, and it's pretty much all my artwork. I have a lot of texture brushes, but I use your art doesn't, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is like a crayon sort of brush, right? And then my shading one's like a crayon sort of texture, but it's not really there is texture in there, but it's probably not the same kind of texture you have, right? Do what your heart tells you to do. I mean, no matter what, like when you try to imitate someone's style, it's gonna probably look a bit like your art anyway, you know? So I wouldn't really let that discourage you per se. Am I doing like the same thing I have on my cowboy? I say I did a lot better on the cowboy. Which just kind of informs me what I need to do. This is draw three-dimensional shapes as if they're three-dimensional. You know, it's a crazy thought. Wow. I'm not liking any of this. All right, we're gonna skip it for a minute. We're gonna go to the helmet. We're gonna think about it. We're gonna think about what I've done. What I've done. Na, na, na. Is you better be da do. You know what I mean? Grot, tell me, is the latency less bad on YouTube right now? I know it's sometimes an issue. I'm very curious to know how it is. Because I tried to do a setting that turns it down a bit. So makes it lower latency. In theory means... Yes, it's better. Okay. In theory, it's not going to be as nice of a recording, but like, whatever. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, I know that was a somewhat of an issue there. What about... And part of my problem is I'm drawing with like too straight of lines. That's too curvy. This is why I need a layer check redeem. I don't know if you guys would have caught that anyway, though. Let's be real. for a second. Okay, I'm starting to like this more, maybe. Where's my head? I might be overcomplicating this, to be honest, but, you know, here we are. And make it like the God symbol instead of like a cross. We're kind of going for a paladin sort of look here. Why? I don't know. Just seemed right. Al Idan. I'm kind of struggling with this one. I guess it's because I haven't, maybe just because I haven't drawn in a while. In a few days. Looks pretty good for struggling. It's just more like it feels like it's taking more effort than it should. If that makes sense. Well, thank you. At least you're consistent. Consistent at what? drawing. Being good. Oh, thanks. Well, thank you, Toot. Tootolini. Toot. I don't know. Trying to think of a cute nickname, but nothing was coming up, you know? Yeah, we'll do more detailing later. I think that's like all it really needs, honestly. Just hide this, put my head back. Unless we can delete this, really. The helmet can go above the head. The helmet can come down. I don't know. I guess this works. I'll do it somewhere between like this and me, you know? How much do you guys hear the road noise behind me? Is it bad? It's probably like maybe noticeable with headphones, but probably not noticeable without, would be my guess, but the eyebrows being outside of the helmet is wild. Your road noise is next to me anyway. Yeah, I kind of figured it was fine, but I don't really hear anything except when something goes by. Headphones hear nothing. Okay. Well, good. I have a feeling he's not going to be wearing the helmet most of the time. I think just like holding it by his, oh god, like holding the helmet by his side. Of course, these need to be. Or maybe we could switch the colors. I don't know. We'll have to see, but. Where's me? Go to beats. Make my cape this color. I don't know what I just did. I made a clipping mask. Oops. Sometimes you just accidentally make a clipping mask, you know? This color. I think like a orangish gold. Maybe make it a little more orange. Keep accidentally flipping. Maybe the body would be like this kind of gray. I don't know. Kind of playing around here. I want to do it your way, not mine. Or how do you shade? I mean, typically these guys aren't shaded, but I have like a specific brush. Unfortunately, I don't think I could share it with you because you're not using Photoshop, but it's like a crayon texture brush. And typically I just, you know, the way I do it is I'll do like a clipping mask onto my colors. I'll pick like, you know, a blue, I'll do a multiply layer, and then I'll just kind of, you know, there's the shade. I mean, obviously I do it better, but that's the shadow. And then for the light, I'll do the same thing, except usually like a soft light, or maybe not at all. Sometimes it's better to, you know, and just add that kind of on top. That's the light. That's shadow. It's a pretty soft brush. It's just got like a little bit of texture in it. Well, usually these guys aren't shaded unless they're in like one of the card arts. See, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like the helmet isn't doing it for me. What if we... I feel like the bottom part of his torso isn't doing it for me either. I think we need more. I think maybe like little armor plates on the hips might be cool. Just do a draw over here. Like something like... I wonder if I just do it like this. It's not like... School's out. You can't hear the bus. Do 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 do. This isn't quite what I want, but we're thinking about it. You guys have in America have school buses? Yeah. That's why I could tell it was loud. My country is just not a thing. Yeah. We also don't have like good public transportation, so it's kind of necessary. Yeah, I was gonna say you just take a regular bus. Yeah, we don't really have good public transportation in America, so kids just take a school bus. I think it makes a lot more sense, honestly, well, I don't know. There's pros and cons to both, right? Like the nice part about a school bus is that, you know, kids are safer, right? Like you don't have to worry about them, like about strangers and all that and whatnot on like a public bus. But you know, probably not as efficient. Went to get my oldest off the bus yesterday, and the driver spent like 5 minutes venting to me about how frustrated he was that the previous driver didn't take good care of the bus. That's funny. It's so weird. So weird to me, like just public transportation to everything. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Beep boop, yo, Tuna. What's up, dude? How you doing? I don't know what I'm doing here. I feel like you need something. I mean, this looks kind of okay. I just unsure. It's like the kid's already in the house. Can I leave now? That's funny. Is that you? Yeah, this is night version of Beats. I was gonna say, you know, we got my normal one, but I wanted to do a night one for my or fantasy one in general for my how to play video for armies. It felt appropriate, you know. Well, with school bus, you can maybe get like 20 students the amount of space, maybe 2 vehicles it would take, instead of spreading those 20 students across 20 vehicles. Yeah, I mean, for America, it definitely makes sense, right? If you had public transportation already, it wouldn't make sense, but like, you know, that's just kind of how America works. Cape is sick. Thank you. My city, we have buses, trolleys, trams, metros, and you can take taxis or both if you want. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is like just the structure. Like we're not like most of America isn't a city, right? It's more of like a, you know, suburbs kind of thing. This is on the wrong layer. That's per usual. So it's like you can't really, I guess you could take like some sort of other mode of transportation to get to a bus, but typically there's no like buses or trains or anything, so it doesn't really quite work, unfortunately. It's not built for it. Cam back. Yes, I didn't say BRB, but not really. There you go. Oh, was it in the stream chat? Oh, I see more. BRB, don't look at this yet. I just looked. You can't tell me. You know what, Tebow? What are you doing? Fair enough. Yeah, if you're already had actually good public transportation, then school buses wouldn't provide a logistics benefit. In that case, the only benefit would be the safety one. Yeah, I was gonna say. I live in the capital, so that also helps. Yeah, I mean, we're like, for me, I'm living, I mean, I do live near a city, but I live outside of the city, so it's like, it's just, yeah, public transportation just isn't a thing in America. It can be in some spots, but it's like it's not like your main mode of transportation ever. It's always either you take a car or you put your kid on a school bus. You know, those are the options. We're gonna go with this, even though I'm not entirely certain how I feel about it. I feel like it's kind of like just like cop out kind of armor position, but I also think it's a tiny little like cute character, so it doesn't need to be like super intricate or anything. I'm locked in for half a second. We'll see how it looks. I'm not sold on it yet, but I see you guys are saying stuff. When it comes to practicality, the school bus is the best bet. Or walking. Used to walk. Yeah, I used to walk to school as a kid too. Depends on how far you are from the school. Like for me, well, I'm trying to think if I could like walk to the closest school from here. You'd be walking on areas where there aren't sidewalks, so it probably wouldn't be the best, but you could technically get to the school. No, I'm back now. It's fine. Okay, I'll take a look at it in a second. I'll show it on screen. The other cities, you don't usually have trams or metros. Yeah, we don't really even have public transportation in a lot of cities. It's still like some like buses and taxis. Usually a lot of it's just going to be Uber. But that's not really public transportation. And then there are a few like that have trains or like subway or something, but for the most part it's just not a thing. I wonder if I'll have to do an art redeemed review to see what eyes fit better. I can show it off. We'll take a look at it in a second. Usually art redeem I'll actually like throw it in Photoshop and show what I think if you want like a more in-depth talk about it, but we can go over it. Just gonna catch up on chat. My town's literally zero public transportation unless you count the sidewalk as public transportation, right? You can make this character into a card, like a hero card. Yeah. That'd be funny. In general, walking to school is fine. In high school, it really isn't practical. Yeah, I guess it depends on like where your school is in relativity to you, right? My town's elementary school is about 30 minutes away, so I'd probably be liable to walk there. Yeah. In America, you say subway, not metro. It depends, I guess, where it is, but yeah, subway is, you know, typically what it's called. All right, let's look at Tebow's thing. He's drawing a square version of me. Square beats. I'm a fan of square beats. These eyes or these eyes? This matches my style more, but I think this matches your style. I look kind of more crazy here. I just laughed so hard. Me too. It's great. I think maybe you could split the difference. Fine, we'll do a art like redeem. Non-art redeem. I feel like you could go just bigger on the pupils, right? I can't do your pixel art style, but I will I feel like you can make them a smidge bigger, which would look a little less angry, right? If you wanted to do it more in your style, right? I would just make the pupils a little bigger, because right now they just look kind of like, you know, I hurt my eyes doing that. The one I had, yes, crazy. I was about to say, yeah, mad, insane. I mean, it's accurate, right? I love it though. It's beautiful. Hell yeah. That is gorgeous. You look shocked. Turns that you just turned into a cube. True. Pretty much walking distance. Well, yeah. Yeah, so it's just not really a thing in America, but you know, it's also like, I don't know. Could the belt buckle be gold, maybe? Why do I struggle so much with the legs? They're just sticks. Legs are always hard, dude. It doesn't even matter what format. They're always difficult. Oh, I messed them up. Feel it. The leather belt. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like the belt needs to be like thicker. Feels a little skinny. Does anyone know what I was talking about when I did the leather belt thing? There's like a World of Warcraft like 4 strength, 4 stam leather belt, you know that thing? And then someone did a remix of it to the Mario song. It's a real deep cut, but it was a time. It was a time to be alive. You know? I could play it, but it's really probably not worth it. It probably doesn't hold up. You know? One of those things you found funny as a 12-year-old, but probably not very funny as an adult. Sir Birdie, hello. Oh, standing desk. Come here, make me stand, and then you leave. Honestly, I'll take it. I should stand more often. I'm here for it. Oh, what is... No. Why did my monitor just unplug? Y'all. That just completely destroyed my monitor. Not my monitor, but my cable. Oh no. Yeah. So the standing desk was going up and my HDMI cable was plugged in. I can't actually see anything right now, but it just ripped the cord right out of the thing. I don't know how that happened. Oh no. How tragic. That happened to me more times than I can count. Dude. I'm trying to figure out what I do here. Give me a second here. Let's oh no. Hold. Why are my monitors reversed all of a sudden? We're gonna be right back. Give me a second.
If you
I
remember
lost
playing a
my
game,
second monitor.
maybe with a friend or on your own, excited to dive into the combat or interesting mechanics, when you run into a character whose dialogue just seems to last forever. And even if the story seems interesting, you can't help but mash the skip button. Or maybe you played a game where the story is sprinkled subtly throughout, tucked away in books and item descriptions, painstakingly written by the developers. And despite all that depth, you couldn't be bothered to read any of it. As a game designer, I've been thinking a lot about story in my own games. Granted, I design board games, so generally my story ends up being a 2-sentence blurb at the top of the rulebook or a handful of lines on a card. But it makes you ask, who's actually reading this? Who's it actually for? And I'm not so dumb to think that nobody reads it or it's never enjoyable, but it does bring up the question, do games need story? If I left it all out, if I ignored the flavor text on a card, would anyone even care? Now I bet you're thinking the answer to that question is it depends. It depends if the story is good. It depends on what kind of game it's in. Maybe it even depends on your mood that day. And honestly, you'd be right. As skippable as some stories are, some capture our hearts. They evoke emotion, they make us laugh, smile, and even cry. The characters, the bits of lore, the trials and adventures, we carry those with us. They're a gift, a treasure we keep forever. These stories can matter to us so much. So why is it sometimes they just get in the way? Today I want to dive into this topic and try to understand, do games really need a story? Do they need characters and lore? Do they even need a theme? So join me today as we explore the question, do games need story? First and foremost, let's talk about what story is. I know it's a bit cliche to start by reading off the definition of a story, but as I began my research on this topic, I quickly realized it's kind of hard to actually define. Most definitions will tell you something like an account of imaginary or real people told for entertainment, or simply an account of incidents or events. But if you look at this from a writer's perspective, you'll get a better idea of what a story is made of. Most important of which is that a story needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. And while that might not be a textbook definition, it's a structure that dates back to Aristotle in 300 BC and is still used today. So I would say it's as important as any definition.
Fish game definitely deserves
that definition
more.
doesn't quite sit right with me when it comes to games. Because unlike a movie or a book that unfolds linearly, even if the story jumps around.
Okay. Here's what just happened. I had moved my computer slightly, so it's sitting on... It accidentally was sitting on the computer, or on my Ethernet, or sorry, HDMI cable. And so when the desk went up, oh, there's probably more context. Anyway, when the desk went up, sorry, I gotta rearrange my thing. It just fully ripped the metal part. Sorry, the focus sucks here, but pull it back here. It fully ripped the metal part off of the HDMI cable on both sides. And then the plastic side stayed on this one, but just ripped it apart. This is an incredible video, by the way, for everyone who hasn't watched it. Highly recommend. That is, again, that was one I really wish did better, but it just did not. Unfortunate. Anyway, that happened. Let's let's go back to art. My cat's gonna play with the little metal piece. Only remember I saw a video in WoW. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was an old video. I don't expect anyone to remember it. How many more times like I feel pain? Oof. Yeah. What do you mean by the Go Fish game? Definitely deserves some lore. Just Go Fish in general. Incredible video. Thank you. Thank you. I read that one already. Are we back in business? Yes. Can I do an art review redeem right now? Yes, you can do it whenever you feel like you want. Whenever your heart desires. It's almost always time. There are videos that blow up months or years after they're posted, and the algorithm can be weird like that. It's very true. I remember the lore video. I watched it. Yeah, it was a good one. How do we feel about this? Do we like the leg situation? I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, do we like this? I kind of feel like it almost feels like a little detached, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. What do we think? Great, don't see any issues. Okay. I think one other thought I have is just doing like, I'm not sure how to feel about it. Yeah, me neither. This is a thought experiment here. With gilded gold around the edges. I think I fixed it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that works better. There you go. Looks less. Ah! Looks good, dude. I like it. Could do abs on the chest plate to illustrate your unmatched strength. True. Make it kind of do this everywhere too. I could do the, you know, technically it's which one is this one? Swallowed by the Sunset. This one's a good one too. Wait, hold. I'm trying to figure out how to do redeems. Oh. Technically could do 62 art reviews. Technically, I think you can only do one art review per stream. Unfortunately, you cannot. All right, yeah, feel free to send it, Grot. I don't think I can open a Krita file. Can I? In Photoshop, open a Krita file? Better not be a virus. If you believe. Oh God. Adobe. Photoshop, open. Photoshop, open. Just once. Does not work. You have to save it in a different format. You can open, download more RAM at virus.com. There you go. Yep, has to be some other file type, unfortunately. Nope. We're hitting an ad. Ad time. I guess we'll be back in a second. I'll take another break. But yeah, after that we'll do the review. Quick ad. BRB.
Have you ever been playing a game, maybe with a
We've seen
friend
most of this
or
video.
on your own, excited to dive into the combat or interesting mechanics? When you run into, I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged deck builder. That's right, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, but with the deck-building mechanics of something like Slay the Spire. Not only that, but doing so solves a bunch of problems generally experienced in many tabletop RPGs. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi role-playing game called Soul. Now you might be saying, Nathaniel, you're just making this game into a deck builder because it's popular right now. And to that, I say, you're right. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping that a popular game genre wouldn't help promote my game. But even though that is true, that's not really the reason I decided to make this change. It's actually because it solves a lot of problems in my game. But before I explain why I did it, let's explain what I actually did. To start, I'm going to use an action system similar to version 2 of my game called Concentration. Each point of concentration essentially counts as one action. The exception here is that more powerful cards may cost more than one concentration to use. This is going to be similar to Hearthstone's mana system or Slay the Spire's energy system. A player will start the game with 3 concentration and be allowed to spend it on various cards on their turn. After spending it, their concentration will regenerate when it becomes their turn again. As for the cards themselves, there are 3 different types of playable cards. Basic actions, these cards allow you to perform a simple action, mainly one of your equipped items, such as a weapon to attack an enemy. As a note here, there will be an inventory system where you have separate cards equipped, but that's for another video. Physical abilities, generally these are things that can be done within human means, or alien means, or whatever. Something like the Knight's Cleave ability, which makes a sweep attack hitting multiple enemies, or the Medic's First Aid ability, which allows them to heal a target even when it's not on their turn. And lastly, nano abilities. I won't kid myself, this is basically a magic system under the guise of technology. This allows a character to perform actions and go beyond what's normally possible, such as Medic being able to use mass healing, which allows them to heal allies in an area. This also helps to explain older abilities like the DJ Scale ability, which allows you to change the size of other characters' abilities. A player will choose an assortment of these cards from a class or multiple classes to build a deck. Once they have their deck, they can use these abilities in-game, especially during combat. Once combat begins, a player will draw 6 cards and be able to choose what actions to perform by playing these cards and using concentration to do so. Once a card is played, it goes into a discard pile and cannot be played again until their deck is empty. I'm still debating on whether a player's hand refreshes every turn, or if they can retain their cards and draw enough to fill their hand. Playtesting is probably in order to decide which one's best, but let me know what you think. Either way, that's the general premise of the deck building aspect, so let's explain why I actually made this choice. For those of you who play games like Dungeons & Dragons, will likely know this sort of situation. Your party gets into a fight with some enemies, and it gets to your fighter's turn. Your dungeon master asks a fighter what they would like to do, and they say attack one of their enemies with their legendary magic sword. They attack, and then the DM asks what they would like to do with their 3 additional actions. And they simply say they want to attack with their sword again, even though there might be more interesting options that the character might have. This continues until they're out of actions or the enemy is dead. Now, you may blame the fighter for playing the game in an uninteresting or boring way. However, well, they may have other actions at their disposal. Using their legendary sword is likely the most effective option for dealing with enemies. And while it may be true that it isn't the most interesting, you can't really blame them for using their best action they can. We had the exact same issue in Soul, and for that reason we came up with this design philosophy. The mechanics should never encourage a meta or perfect strategy. Players should never be able to repeat an action or a set of actions ad nauseum. And that's where the deck building mechanics come in. At the start of combat, a player will only have 6 cards, likely meaning they won't always be able to perform their best action and have to adapt to what's given to them. Even in the case of attacking with their weapon, they may only
wait, on the art one. There we go. All right, PNG. It's a picture of a screen. Oh, wait, there we go. I was like a screenshot of the PNG. Got it. Copy image. Love it. First of all, let's see. Look at this. Let me quickly read this. I could rewatch these videos a million times. Well, that's very flattering. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. You seen the card game in the new Destiny mobile game? First time experienced a Destiny game, so IDK if it's in others as well. Honestly, I don't know. I never heard of it, honestly. What a silly little fella. Yeah, I like him. I like the take on my style. Do you have a request for like what would you like a critique on, if anything? Because like obviously it could be more, you know, in my style per se, right? But I don't think that's necessarily like a critique. Like you could do, you know, again, if you had the same brushes and stuff, it could probably look more like my style. But at the same time, I think this could easily fit in that sort of universe, right? I can confirm it is indeed art. I don't know, the clothes look kind of weird. Yeah, I guess part of it. Tebow on the YouTube side. Grok? Grot? I think the weird part is just the neck here. Like I'm not sure what if what I'm looking at exactly. I'm assuming it's a hood. Like if you're going for my style, you could just have the head floating more. It doesn't necessarily need to be connected to the whatever, right? You could do something like this. I think the confusing part to me, this is unnecessary. This is just a thought, right? This is, oh God. This is just me trying to, first of all, it's good, right? I like it. I honestly even I like the little like the little brush strokes here. They kind of, it almost makes it look like sort of patchwork style. I like your brush strokes. I think they look good. I guess the thing is like, it looks like a shirt that like your top button is buttoned, but none of the rest are. I would assume it's like a hood, right? Maybe. I think maybe the thing to do here is just, oops, this is not working. Oh, it's because I'm on eraser. Is you'd have the shirt come all the way up. The weird part about the style is you can kind of see I keep forgetting I'm drawing over there we go. The weird part about the style is that you can see behind their head. You can see through them, right? So it gets kind of weird. Like if you look at me, if we look at my normal me, you can see behind my neck to the hood. Also the sides of also the things on the side of the head I'm not very happy about. We'll take a look at that in half a second too. I think those are fine, the little leggy things. But yeah, so here's what we'll do. We're just gonna do this. Actually, I know how to make this easier for myself. Photoshop AI powers activate. Select subject. We'll just hit delete. No wait, Control Shift I, delete. We lost a hand. Actually, the easier thing is just going to be the magic wand tool. How did I do this? What? Ah! There we go. Okay. There we go. Now we've separated from the background. Here's the quick fixes here. We're gonna take your head, we're gonna put it on a different layer. What I would do is, of course, again, this is my style. It could be done anyway, but any way you'd want. This would probably be shirt. Maybe this can come down, actually. Shirt would probably actually end right about here. Then you'd have whatever color you want. I guess just the gray here going across like this. The end of the shirt, right? You have the end of that. And then this would kind of maybe go up like this. And then you draw, again, the back of the hood, which feels weird because you're seeing through the character's neck. Right? It's kind of strange, but you do something like this. Right? And then you put the head over it if you want. I think these are fine. Little leggy things. I don't particularly see an issue with them. I was trying to recreate Jack I have in IRL, but the top part kind of forgot what to do. Just whatever. Yeah. Either way, though, and that's kind of the only thing I would really see. Everything else seems fine to me. If you wanted it to be more my style, again, like probably the primary eyes here would be more of an oval shape. Like they'd be more. This is like not even a critique, right? It's not a critique on your art skills. It's more of a lesson on how to do my style, right? It's like the eyes are pretty consistent. Usually they don't go like, you know. But I don't think that's, again, it's not really a critique. Oops. It's more of just a, this is what my style looks like. Right? You can do it like this. Honestly, otherwise you pretty much got it. Probably wouldn't have like a Terminator here or like a tangent here. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, it looks good to me. I like it. Looks nice with the oval eyes. I mean, that's just the style, right? I mean, you could do whatever. I think you've got it. It looks enough like my style that you could tell, right? It's your version of my style. So, yeah. Looks good. I like it. It does make me think I should have like a little kit where you guys can, you know, use my brushes. I'd have like the crayon brush and the shading brush that you guys could use along with I have like a template of like basic body shapes. Of course it is Photoshop, but I could do it just as like a PNG as well. But yeah, you know, like the basic body shapes. So I could do something like that. Or just to have that as something you guys could use. Yeah, overall it looks great. It's cute. I love it. Yeah, I think it looks good. Hopefully that's kind of what you wanted out of that. I think you did a good job. Good job. If you have any other questions, I can. Well, his shapes look like horns. Oh, hornet. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, it took me a second to understand what you were saying, but now I get it. How is Hollow Knight? You liking it still? I think I like the leg things more now that they're they have the like gold thing, but they all still kind of seem detached because like those kind of plates I feel like would be something you'd see with we don't need this. With like plate armor, like full plate armor and not like half plate like he's kind of got. I mean, maybe I could do something like I don't know. So this is what I meant, like I'm struggling. I feel like it's taking a lot longer than it should. I could have something that's like more like this. Then it feels like I would need this to like come all the way down. I mean, you could go full plate. Here's the question. Does this make it look better? Guess what I didn't set again? My timer. All right, I need to close my window. It's finally getting too hot out. I think I have an idea. What are you doing? What are you doing? Being crazy, kitten? A photo of the jacket to screen chat. Let's see. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Okay, it's got a collar instead of a hood, but yeah. Yeah, just separating that and like have the collar be behind the head, which is like, again, weird, but yeah, there you go. How long have I been standing for? Feels like a long time. Technically 30 minutes is up, but I also broke something midway between that, so it doesn't quite seem fair. I actually have a well-shaved head, so that's also a thing. It's beautiful. So I swear it looks better on me than in the photo. It's higher resolution in real life. I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I gave you a body. Oh, I was like, what? Huh? Dude, it's killing me. I love it. All right, everyone ready? It's so good. Oh man, I love it. It's beautiful. It's so good. Q beats. Qubits. That's beautiful. R1 and dang ads. Are there ads? It's kind of surprising. Welcome in. There shouldn't be ads. But yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm enjoying making these. Yeah. Your style is fun. Looks like a Minecraft version. Forgot the pouch. Ah, yeah. I like it though. It looks good. That's beautiful. I'm honored you drew me. It looks like a dress, yeah. R1 and. Oh, and friends. I didn't even see the friends part somehow. How you doing today? What brings you to these parts? What brings you to these parts? I like that a lot better. That looks so much more good. Okay, I think Beats is done. Night Beats. I could maybe see something like some sort of embellishment on the helmet, but I'm not entirely certain what that would be. What are we doing here? We are currently I'm doing some stuff for the YouTube, or for my next YouTube video. It is going to be a video on how to play my game, Armies Against Entropy. So we're doing a little bit of animation stuff. We laugh at my art. All right, and that, true. Normally we work on my game, but right now this is what we're doing. I want to make the collar thing a little bit different here. A little bit longer. Oops. I guess we could do the gold embellishment too. There we go. Any other additions anyone can think of? That would be good. Or do we like it? It's kind of uneven, huh? I mean, having my head would be good, but other than that... Oops. We don't need that anymore. What? I don't know what that is, friends. I'm gonna call you R1 and. Feels R1. I guess it's R1. Not sure what that is, R1. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to add to this helmet. There's a chance I just don't do the helmet, honestly, like during the I just don't have it. You know? Or I could like take it off or whatever in the thing. Not a gelmet, a helmet. I can't type. Oh wait, wrong layer. Alrighty, have fun, guys. Gotta get up early tomorrow. New school start, and I have to get up really early, like 5:30 a.m. Damn. All right, dude. I appreciate you being here. Good luck. Sleep well. Nah, I don't like that. Yeah. Have a great rest of your evening, night, whatever you want to call it. I think this is fine. I mean, we could do something like on the side of the head, but I just don't know if it's necessary. Yeah, that's maybe good. I like that. I don't know what it is, but it's detail. I'm back and I get a second ad. That's surprising. You shouldn't be getting ads. They're manually inserted unless they just stopped letting me manually insert ads. Focus on your live stream. Let YouTube insert dismiss. Yeah, it should be letting me insert them, but it's just not. So they probably have they probably overridden my authority. They don't care anymore. They don't care what I do or think. Like, you're not putting enough ads. Maybe they just have pre-roll ones. Good version on Discord. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, beautiful. Love it. Very, very nice. beauteous. Spy eater, indeed. Change the collar on the eyes. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. I think this guy's done too. I think. I feel like the helmet could have something, but I think it's pretty. R1, I don't know what you're saying. Let's not like spam random stuff though. Thank you. I don't know what these symbols are. I'm looking at knights helmets and trying to decide if I want to do something different. Also, I'm going to sit down. All right, sorry about that. I was just trying to check a few things here. Yeah, I'm not really. I could do like little like holes on the side, but I don't know if that would look good. It's not really technically a thing you would do on this sort of helmet, you know? You could have like little embellishments or something. I feel like we might just be adding more and not really doing anything to help the piece itself. All right, buddy, you're just spamming at this point. I'm gonna give you a timeout. And if you can't improve, then then you will be banned. Thank you. What do you guys think? Do you think I should do anything more with the helmet, or do you think it's fine? Like, I could do like the sort of like helmet hole thing. Trying to figure out what sort of pattern to do this. I need to be larger. Do we like that, or is that just kind of like just extra, like too much kind of dealio? What if you work in some of the filigree you used in the stomach area? Like some of the, like these sort of colors. I was thinking of doing like this. But I see what you're talking about, like this sort of thing. Like the symbol, the loop things, yeah. That's supposed to be the like God symbol. But yeah, we could do that sort of like. Let me do this. Hold on. Helmet. Yeah, for sure. I think, what if we, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to. Angry version on Discord. Sorry, Angry. I said it wrong. It's not working. It's a great question. I only see it as blank. Yeah, I want to stay on the stream. Okay, what y'all are talking about right now. Copy image link. Let's see if. Nope, that's a blank page. Yeah, it's not working at all. It's weird. Like we could do, I guess, like on the forehead, you know? Is it upside down? I can't remember what shape it is. Actually, I can. What am I doing? I think it's good. I just need to remember what orientation it is. Beats creations. Army's gun centipede. Car. The thing with the orange is that it's tough to see on the gray. I probably not a good contrast ratio. Yeah. I mean, I could make it oranger. I do have it all on a separate layer, so I could just, you know. Toots and his contrast ratios. He's a big fan of those. What's that supposed to mean? You know what it's supposed to mean. You just like them. We just do it more of a true orange instead of gold. You're a ghost wearing a dark shirt. That was just mean. I was just saying you like contrast ratios. You just go out and say, I'm a ghost. Call me pasty as hell. Just for that, putting my hat back on. I'm gonna turn off the redeem. Nope, you said something mean and hurtful. I don't think we can come back from this, honestly. I think it's over. What do we think of this orange? Is that better for you? It's better for me. Good. Much easier to distinguish. Yeah. Agreed. For some reason I don't like it as much. I don't like it. We'll do something different. I think I actually want to just make it like a lighter gold. Or, alternatively, hear me out. Gold. Remember when I thought I was going to get more than like one thing done today? It's probably too much. It's too dark. But maybe we could split the difference. Oh, God. I don't know. Do we like that better? I don't know. I just felt the orange was like not like gold enough, and I feel like the silver, I didn't really care that it was silver necessarily. So I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. Angry version. Oh, so mad. Oh, mad. Scary. I like it. Looks good. When I at some point, and you know, when I finally decide to do the Armies Against Entropy video game, I think all the characters are gonna be like they're like kind of like what's a game? Hit People. And then we could just have anyone voice act it. It'd be great. Like the wizard. You know what I mean? So that's my story. I've also made a sad version, but it's too sad. And now I feel bad. It's kind of how I felt about when I did the cry emote. I was like, wow, this is way too sad. Why did I make my little character so sad? Why did I do this to him, you know? Okay, we got so distracted. I didn't do his toots and his contrast. Contrasty. was about to do a swear for the giggles of it, but then I was like, I probably just shouldn't swear for no reason. It's the other way around. But the other way around doesn't look good. Because of the way I drew it. Let's try that again. Circle on top. Circle. The god of Venn diagrams. It's actually technically the god of order, but we don't actually have the god of order in the game. So, you know, here we are. Which seems silly that we don't have the god of order in a game about entropy, but one more attempt. What am I even doing? Hold. 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 Magic. It's like I already have the symbol made. Why draw it again? Like I just destroyed it with the keyboard shortcut. That's how I do, dude. Sad version also in the Discord. He's so sad. Why? Why? Okay, we can't look at it. You monster. Now the only thing is I'm probably gonna draw over this because it is not in the correct pen, but now we can just trace it. There we go. Should I have black outlines on this, or do we just leave it? I feel like we probably just leave it. I feel like black outlines would be too much. I think it's done. We've worked on this far too long. We played Don't Starve together? I have. It's a good game, but it stresses me the heck out. It's so stressful to me. It's like everything is trying to kill you at all times, and it's just like, That's stressful to me. But it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's too stressful for me. I'm still not happy about this. Too survivally. No, I mean, honestly, it's a good game. It's just I don't know, yeah, just like the constant, like, you don't feel like you could ever relax in the game. You know what I mean? Dude, the game is so stressful. Yeah. Now I want to play it with you just so I can see how stressed out. It's not even like, are you done with this drawing yet? I know, right? Now it's done. It's good. I am done. It is finished. Why, are you gonna make me draw something? A robot circus performer. Is that actually what you want? If that's what you want, then I'll do it, but I can't promise you it's going to turn out great. All right, a robot circus performer. I will say, you know, here's one thing I will say about the doodles. The simpler it is, the better it's going to turn out. If you want me to do a robot circus performer, I will. I don't care. I will dedicate, I think the new rule for a doodle is I'm gonna spend 20 minutes on it max. So it'll turn out how it turns out in 20 minutes. Just so you're aware. Okay. Robot circus performer. I thought you were gonna get one of those little one of these little dudes. I thought that's what you said last time, but we'll do a robot circus performer. Well, I feel selfish for asking. But I would like that too. I guess you're gonna have to keep saving up then, buddy. Or maybe I'll make you one eventually when I'm bored. This isn't on a new layer. Robot circus performer. I'm just drawing the first thing that comes to mind. I hope you know. This is train robbery. You got it. You got it, dude. I like this robot so far. Good. What Don't Starve Together character do you play? I think it was obviously my favorite is Weber. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. I liked playing the robot because I like robots. Speaking of robots, and then I liked who's the ghost girl? Was that Wendy? That one was cool. She seemed like overpowered though, almost in a sense. Wendy, yeah. They're all W names, right? I don't know, Toots, how you feeling? How you feeling about this robot? Is this all you hoped and dreamed? How do I take this farther? Platform. It's much cuter than I thought it would be. I mean, that's kind of my default is cute. Like, I tried to do Fig's redeem for like the evil demon whatever thing plant guy, and it just ended up way cuter than I was hoping. I was like, that should have been not cute, but here we are. And this would be the crowd. There's just like a bunch of people here. Okay. I'm trying to think where to go from here. Circus, I guess balancing actor. Could give him the pole, but I think it's funnier to have like the little wobbly arms. Do we want him to have like a little circus outfit, like give him like a little hat? I think we're about to hit an ad. Yeah. All right. We'll do an ad and then we'll do this for another like what? When do you redeem this? 7 minutes ago. We got like 13 more minutes on this, so the Weber can befriend dozens of spiders, so I like that. Oh yeah, Weber's cool too. I never played him, but this befriending spiders is cool for sure. There was like 3 minutes of setup. Your 3 minutes of setup. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. BRB. Well, that's great. Why not? Be right back.
Have you ever been playing a game, maybe with a friend, or I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a or the enemy is dead? Now, you may blame the fighter for playing the game in an uninteresting or boring way. However, well, they may have other actions at their disposal. Using their legendary sword is likely the most effective option for dealing with enemies. And while it may be true that it isn't the most interesting, you can't really blame them for using their best action they can. We had the exact same issue in Soul, and for that reason, we came up with this design philosophy. The mechanics should never encourage a meta or perfect strategy. Players should never be able to repeat an action or a set of actions ad nauseum. And that's where the deck building mechanics come in. At the start of combat, a player will only have 6 cards, likely meaning they won't always be able to perform their best action and have to adapt to what's given to them. Even in the case of attacking with their weapon, they may only have so many basic actions, forcing them to use some sort of other action.
Not only is this good for allowing players to have a diversity in actions, but it will also make combat encounters more interesting as a whole. Not only does a player have to overcome their abilities of their enemy, but also adapt to the abilities available to them. Now this one arguably will have to be tested, but again, you've likely encountered a scenario in other games like D&D where a wizard-type character sits there for 3 minutes digging through their character sheet and trying to find what spell will work in this specific situation. With a limit on the cards, a player will only be able to choose the actions that are in front of them, which should limit their options and allow the game to run a little more smoothly. For our last example, how many times in an RPG have you used an ability on an enemy, or group of enemies, that causes a status effect, like a burn, or poison, or sleep, and have forgotten to apply it each turn, or forgotten which one of your enemies is affected by it? Or how many times has your character yourself been affected by a status effect, and forgotten the next time your turn rolls around? This problem is solved using cards. Look at a game like Slay the Spire. When you're affected by a status, it's shuffled into your deck, and then when you draw that card, it's applied to you. This is exactly how it will work in Soul. Say you're lit on fire. A burn card will be added to your deck, and upon drawing it, you'll take that damage. This way, a player will never forget to apply this status effect when it's on their turn. There may be other ways that these changes help the game, but I just haven't discovered them yet, and I'm excited to see what they may be. Anyway, thanks for watching, and whoa. Hold on, Nathaniel, I hear you say. Didn't you say in your design philosophy video you didn't want a game with heavy mechanics? And isn't a deck builder super mechanically heavy? Not only that, but tabletop RPGs are supposed to allow players to do anything they want. This seems a bit restrictive. And if you are in fact saying that, you would be right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll explain myself. All right. Well, I realize a deck builder is mechanically heavy. At some point, a role-playing game has to be an actual game, like the game part. And I feel in this case, it's worth the risk. It just means I'm gonna have to be even more careful when designing my abilities in such a way to promote roleplay and avoid nitty-gritty mechanics-based abilities. For instance, abilities allow you to draw more cards, or even use abilities for free. Well, a few abilities like this could be good, allowing players to infinitely draw cards, like a Shiv build and Slay the Spire, might end up being a little bit much. And as for a player not being allowed to do what they want, yeah, that's also true. However, I like to think of this system like the options your character can come up with in any given moment. That being said, I do have some mechanics planned that circumvent this issue rather than me just using a narrative explanation. For one, if a player's not in combat, they can use an ability at any time, allowing diversity in roleplay without any consequences. As for in combat, a player can do what I'm calling a focus draw. This spends a concentration to allow a player to dig through their deck and pick out a specific card. This will allow players the freedom to do what they want, coming at a bit of a cost. However, this unfortunately isn't enough on its own. As suppose a player has 3 concentration and wants to draw a 3-cost card. They're required to spend 1 concentration to focus draw the card, meaning they only have 2 concentration
There's like 3 minutes of setup.
Now, if I allow cards to persist
I'm
between turns, this might...
I'm gonna go overtime anyway, because that's just how I do, but... Here we are. Okay, Toots, you got 2 options. Do you want a very much more detailed line art, or do you want less detailed line art and it to be colored? One of the 2 options. It's either very more detailed and or do you want... I mean, the colored probably isn't going to be super detailed either, but... And color will help separate players. Okay. We'll do that. I feel like I want to give him like, okay, I feel like because he's a robot designed for this, I feel like he needs like really long arms, right? Like instead of holding one of those little balance poles, he's got really long arms. I don't know, I feel like that would be fun. You can veto any of these decisions, but you'll have to just yell at me.
Got like weird long extendo arms. Is that too much? I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. And I think he's got... I also want him to have like a... like a top hat. And a cane. You know. Beats thing with Don't Starve Together is that, yes, a stressful game, but when you play it with other people in VC, because of the stress, humans are pack animals, and Don't Starve Together Outspace really shines. Just having friends with you is a massive safety blanket. Yeah, I've played it with my brother, so it's just, you know, one other person. I could see it being less stressful with more people, but I'm definitely not against the game, but I don't think it's for me. You know, I don't think it's where I would find enjoyment in a game. That makes sense. Like I said, I think it's a good game, just a not for me kind of game. Okay, I mean, I think this is like this is it. Like this is the line art. Let's do Night Cleaner. Yeah, typically, sorry, I was locked in there for a second. Typically, when I play games, it is to relax, and so, like, to relax and hang out with my friends. So typically, a game that is more stressful is just not for me, unfortunately. I do think Don't Starve is a good game. Just, I don't think it's a game that I would typically choose to play. I feel like probably when I was younger I would have enjoyed it more, because like I also don't really like survival games that much anymore because they're like too grindy, and I always find myself like when playing them being like, I could be doing something productive right now. You know what I mean? That's my biggest problem with like grindy sort of games. I don't feel like I have enough time to do that. I'm trying to get better at that. Like I'm trying to like be like, I know that I can play games and not have to worry about it. you know? Because I might get back into Minecraft. Because my friends have been talking about it. I'm not 100% certain it's going to happen, but it would be fun. I don't know what. Minecraft. Playing Minecraft, potentially. Bro. Uh-huh. Bro. If Big Alfredo to play Minecraft with me for 4 years. Yeah, it's definitely not 100% his game. Me and Checkers play it, though. Me and Checkers are probably the most avid ones. Duncan as well. Duncan will also play. I mean, isn't Minecraft just as grindy? It is. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm trying to be better about it. Minecraft's definitely just as grindy, if not probably more grindy than Don't Starve, but to me, it's more relaxing. Especially because you can kind of just have the server open and just jump in whenever you want and whatnot. I'm so down for Minecraft, yeah. Minecraft is a cool game. There's got a lot of new stuff, too. I'm not going to overcomplicate this. When I played it, it was kind of meh because everyone else in the server had way more free time and they were able to grind out a lot more than me. By the time I was full-blown iron, they had full diamond. Yeah, I mean, that does happen. I think that's probably like the worst part about that. But for me, like, I would almost just rather... I don't know. I just need some sort of like more complex game right now. I feel like I have too many. Like the last game I've been playing is like Crab Champions, which is like too mindless at this point. Baldur's Gate has been fun. I'm enjoying it more than I expected. Mostly because I actually genuinely do enjoy the combat in Baldur's Gate. I just also don't really care about the story, you know? Again, at least while I'm playing with friends, maybe the story's better outside of that, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm hungry for the homies. They'll play for more than 2 days. Yeah, I mean, me and Chex definitely will play. Last time I was trying to make a game inside the game, which was pretty cool, I think. It worked out decently well, but it wasn't, the concept worked, but it was just so difficult to do in survival. But yeah, anyway. What are you up to? Sup, Sean the Pawn, mows lawn at dawn with a fawn that yawns. We are doing a art redeem for Toots. He wanted a robot circus performer, and that's what we're doing. Probably overtime at this point, but we're just gonna kind of keep going. I don't know. We're like about at time, but we'll finish it. Why is there a ladder if he has a robot wheel? I don't know. Don't ask. Why are the rungs like horribly placed? I don't know. Again, don't ask. Stop asking. Come tarnish and play Elden Ring. I tried playing it. I did try to play the multiplayer like mod with my brother. It was fine. I'm not really like I do like Souls likes, honestly. I do like the challenge of them. But I really mostly play games multiplayer, and those games are generally not built around a multiplayer experience, with the exception of Remnant, which I think Remnant's a great game. Both Remnant and Remnant 2. Remnant 2 I've played a lot more of, but its biggest flaw is that like the builds kind of take over, and you kind of the skill doesn't matter anymore if you have the right build. But it's still fun, so it's like, I don't know. I've kind of overplayed it at this point, but there's still a lot more to do. But a lot of the other games have multiplayer, but it is not built around it, and you can feel it, you know? What did I just do? Did I just close my layers? Okay, there we go. Personally, I really like challenge video games, even though I lose really like feeling trying to win against all odds and survive. I get that, yeah. I mean, like I said, I like Souls, I like the challenge of that. But Souls, like, you could just stop, like, you could sit in camp and just chill for a minute, right? Whereas, like, Don't Starve, I feel like, even if you're in camp, you're still slowly dying. It doesn't feel like there's a safe space. I think is my thought. Again, nothing against the game, just not where I want to be at mentally. Really Darkest Dungeon. I have to try Darkest Dungeon. I've never tried it, but it seems like a good game. Never actually finished it. It was kind of long, and at some point it had a massive difficulty spike and kind of went to shit. Yeah. I feel that. I think I'll probably do like a painted background, but let's just start with separating our character here. Oops. Sorry, I hit like 12,000 keys there. Nope. Toots, what are you thinking about this? How are you feeling about your robot redeem so far? I think we're definitely overtime on this, though. He did such a good job. Honestly, I'm good with just the character. It's a good job making him fun and interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're fine. I mean, what else are we doing right now? But I'll give him... I'm going to do like a rough coloring. Give me an eye color. What color are his eyes? Blue? Red? No, red's too evil. Yellow? Green? Yellow. In Darkest Dungeon, I recommend get Black Reliquary rather than the original. Yeah, it seems cool. I mean, I like the art of it that you showed me. Locking in, boys. I'm locked in. This robot. Very locked in on this robot. Just a little guy. And we're almost done. It's very classic me though. I definitely can't I can't just do 20 minutes. Now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it must be done. It must be finished. Doesn't make any sense. Oh. Some of these are going to be like a little bit wonky. And then we do... And we just, really should use a different brush for behind, but I really should be taking these and like using like taking this opportunity to use like different brushes, but you know, here we are. Probably gonna like do something in like 12 seconds because it's not. This is not working because I'm on the wrong spot. I'm almost done. Just quick, tiny shadow pass on him, just because I can. There you go. So you went on a rant. Okay, sorry. Let me read your rant. For anybody who doesn't know, robots can be entertaining. Look up Rizbot. I'd have to look it up. The first one is also good, more claustrophobic kind of vibe, BR. Also, like the original, more aspect, interesting. First game, also the Blood as expansion, which I really like. There's pretty sizable difficulty spike with Blood. Court dude's interesting. They're very hard and how Parallel insanely difficult when almost feels unfair. The rest of the expansion is great. Just the crocodile fight feels pretty unfair. I gotcha. I feel that. I know how it be. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you just get totally unfair whatever fights, you know, in general. Nah. I think that's it. I didn't save it until now. Toot, name this guy. What's this guy's name? Quick. Hurry, quick, hurry, quick. What's his name? Quick, hurry. Hurry, what's his name? Quick, what's his name? Hurry. You're not hurrying. Oliver, done, okay. Stream ending. It probably should. I've got some cleaning to do because my family is coming over. Oliver, the baseball circus. This is not gonna work. Circus performer. Circus. Circus. Oliver, the circus bot. And there you go. There's your art redeem. Honestly, it'd probably be better if you just did this. You know? But that's for you to do. If you want to crop him, you sure can. Let's give him to the people. Oh, we gotta export as a PNG. If you decide to get in the OG, you recommend getting Blood Quartz expansion, but then when you reach the crocodile, just try to reset with the current party and look the best team combos. Yeah. Makes sense to me. I forgot we did this today. Yeah, I'm happy with him. He looks cool. I'll have to import him into my whatever, but I think he turned out good. I'm officially happy with him. I'll have to export all that later, but that'll be a later thing. Lost multiple parties to stupid crocodile, damn. We don't need this open. We don't need this open. Let's just go to my face because this is not useful. Yeah, I think we're probably done. Yeah, I really should do some cleaning before my family gets here. It's not like 100% necessary, but I would like to. That's it. I really do need to mow my lawn too, but that's probably not happening until tomorrow at this point now. What am I trying to do for you guys? I'm trying to give you this art. Streaming. Art. The robot. Oliver, the circus bot. Go. And we also need to give it to Toots. Directly to Toots. Done. Okay. The problem is that he does a move in which he goes underwater and gets insane dodge, something like 90%. Yeah, dodge is always like one of the best stats in games, I find. So obviously if I would go against an enemy who dodges like that, that's unfair. See you next Wednesday, Beats. All right, dude. Yeah, I'll let you know if I'm changing up my schedule at all. I don't think I'm gonna change the schedule right now, but I think I will. There will be times where I have to shift stuff around. So there is a chance that, you know, Fridays might be earlier or later. Well, probably not later, but you know, certain streams might be earlier or later or pushed a day or something like that. But that's something to keep in mind. If you're looking for playtests or anything, ring me up. Yeah, I definitely need to set up some playtests as well. So yeah, it was a good stream. Thanks again for indulging me in all my stress. I'm glad I'm through it, but I'm glad that we are I'm glad we're able to get back kind of on track. Friday, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but we'll probably be working on either of those redeems I talked about or more Armies Against Entropy art, more than likely. So I feel like this is kind of cool. I'm looking at people to raid. This person's doing like, it almost looks like fantasy like mug things. We're gonna do this. This is like very atypical, but it caught my eye, and so we're gonna do it. Anyway, start the raid. I will see you all Friday, or whoever makes it there, at least. I'll see y'all later. You all have a good one, and yeah, that's about it. All right, bye.